What made you realize you were the villain in someone's story? My brother raised me since I was 4. Our parents died in a crash, leaving him, barely 18, to figure out how to be both a brother and a parent. Every year on my birthday, he'd bring home a tiny cupcake with a single candle. "Make a wish, princess," he'd say, his tired eyes crinkling at the corners. I was too young to notice how his hands shook from exhaustion, working double shifts at the factory, too selfish to see how he'd skip meals just to keep me fed. That tiny cupcake tradition felt embarrassing as I grew older. "I'm not a kid anymore," I'd snap, dreaming of the lavish parties my friends had. At 16, I stopped acknowledging my birthdays. He'd still leave that small cupcake on my desk, but I'd let it sit there until he quietly threw it away. When I got the job offer in London, I left without looking back. His calls became less frequent, but that tiny cupcake still arrived in the mail every year. The hospital called late one night. I flew home immediately, but I was too late. I found our old apartment exactly as I'd left it. His bed was still just a mattress on the floor. He'd never bought himself a frame. On the scratched kitchen table sat a small bakery box with a cupcake and a note. "Some wishes take longer to come true. Love you always, princess." That night, I finally understood the weight of a single candle.